Good morning! I'm Viti and this is La Cocina de la Abuela, and today we're gonna make 3 perfect recipes to take to the beach. All 3 are wonderful, all 3 are fresh and easy, and you're going to love all 3 of them. Stay until the end and let me know in the comments which one you liked the most. Let's start with the first one, the sandwich. Piripi sandwich, what a treat. It works as an appetizer, as a first course, and really for anything. Secondly, a cold soup. We couldn't skip gazpacho, and this one is delicious. Some pieces of pork loin. We'll need 1 piece of pork loin for each mini sandwich. Now for the great tip, olive oil, just a drizzle to coat our pieces of pork loin. Well, mix it like this and put it on a very hot griddle. A very hot pan works too, and that's it. On the griddle. There we're going to cook along with some slices of bacon, 1 for each mini sandwich, which will give them a smoky flavor and an amazing touch. The bread, we cut it in half, 1 roll for each mini sandwich, and without meaning to, I ended up making a rhyme. Make sure it's a serrated knife, so it cuts well.
As for the bread, it's prepared with these small individual portions that we use in Asturias for snacks and onions. What are they called in your area? I have no idea. Santi, what do we call them? Come on.
Dad?
Well, dads.
Well, that's it, with those little rolls. If you don't have them, you can make a big one with a regular loaf or cut the baguette into as many pieces as you want. Look how easy it is.
Well, this is done. I have it at full power, and it took me about 60 seconds. We're looking for it to be like this, golden and crispy. I'll leave it there and go get a fresh tomato, some slices that will add freshness to our sandwich. All right, let's start assembling the split roll. Mayonnaise on the bottom. There it is. Be generous with the mayonnaise. It adds great flavor. We'll add the bacon, that smoky touch we talked about. I love it. Honestly, it has great flavor and goes well with everything. We add cheese, a slice of cheese, abarti. I love it for these sandwiches, and it will melt as well. It's going to be spectacular. We add the pork loin. There it is. This is wonderful. It comes together super quickly. Snack, lunch, dinner, even breakfast. Whatever you want. This little sandwich is amazing. Pair it with your favorite drink, with a beer, with a cola, with whatever you like. So as you've seen, tomato, another touch of mayonnaise on top, and we simply close it up. There it is. And now let's get to what turns this simple sandwich, simple but spectacular, into a piripi. Simply a grill, or one of these toasters. Leave it there until the outside is nicely toasted and golden. It only takes a few seconds if you have this amazing thing. Wow, let's get it on the table. And tapa, Sevillian sandwich, montadito piripi. It's spectacular. Look how good it looks. Everyone loves this. I'm gonna cut it so you can see the inside. Compact, juicy, full of flavor, and with this crispy exterior. Who could ask for more? Ha! Incredible! Secondly, a cold soup. We couldn't go without gazpacho, and this one is delicious. Recipe by Martin Berasategui and My Little Tricks. It turns out amazing. Look. Wow. It's saying, eat me, and I'll tell you right now that you'll have it ready in 5 minutes. How wonderful. Special texture. Spectacular result. And of course, without ginger.
It's delicious.
Good morning, I'm Viti. This is La Cocina de la Abuela, and today we're going to prepare a gazpacho to serve. Berasategui's recipe, but with my little tricks to make it super fast. Don't miss it. Let's get started. Let's go with the first ingredient, green and red bell pepper. Vera Berasategui tells us to use 100 grams of both combined, 70 grams of red and 30 grams of green. You decide the mix. And since we're talking about little tricks, I'll continue. Carlos Herrera taught me this one. You break up the pepper with your hands like this It tastes much better. Why? I don't know. If you know, you know. Let me know in the comments. In this case, I don't know if it will make much of a difference because it's going to go in the blender anyway. But anyway, let's try. Here we have the picture of a blender, American style, and we're going to pour everything in. So here we go. First thing, let's continue with the next ingredient. Cucumber, 50 grams. That's enough. Don't add more because it gives a lot of flavor. Let's slice it. You decide if you want a milder flavor by removing the skin, or a stronger flavor if you leave it on. I remove the skin. That goes in too. There it is. You'll see. In 5 minutes, we'll have this wonder ready. Let's add a clove of garlic here. If you want to make it milder, half a clove would be enough too. My little trick! To make it faster, use canned peeled tomatoes, the natural kind. Just like the other one. But you save time. Here it is. Peeled tomato, 500 grams. This will give body and flavor to our gazpacho. And if it were a salmorejo, you could use it too. It turns out great. In it goes into our blender jar. Of course, if you don't have a blender, an immersion blender works too. No skins and much faster. This deserves a round of applause. I'm awesome. If you want it to be a little sweet, add a spoonful of homemade fried tomato sauce. There you go. I like it. In my case, since these canned tomatoes are already ripe and sweet, I skip that part. We keep adding olive oil. The liquid gold, make sure you can really taste it. There it is. We're also going to add a spoonful of sherry vinegar. That's enough. And these two things give it an amazing aroma and flavor. Soft bread, 30 grams. If you like it much thicker, just add twice as much. And that's it. This is cumin. And this trick is from Benasateri. He adds cumin. He says it tastes really good. Let's try it. Go ahead. Let's go. Half a teaspoon of cumin. It has a lot of flavor and it's also super aromatic. So don't overdo it. That's enough. Let's cover it and blend. Blend for about 3 minutes on medium power. We're going for a creamy texture. Shouldn't have any lumps. No chunks. Since the tomato was already peeled, we won't even need to strain it. Good idea. If you're an alcia, not a father. Once you're ready to drink it, you remove the cap. Taste for salt. I don't really like it too salty, to be honest. So I'll probably have to add very little salt. Well, I was right. It's pretty good, but I am going to add just a little bit. Why? Because it enhances the flavors. It gives it a kick and makes it much tastier. I'll run it through again. Through the blender. And I taste it again. Just in case. It's better to add the salt little by little because you can always add more. But you can't take it out later. There we go. Delicious. We pour it into individual bowls. You could also use small glasses. You choose the garnish. And your dish is almost ready. This gazpacho is wonderful. I'm going to add a crunchy topping made from peeled cucumber cut into small pieces. And of course, a drizzle of olive oil. You can taste it in every spoonful, and it turns out amazing. And the other one too. As you can see, in just 5 minutes, we have this wonder ready to bring to the table. And just like we're telling you, we're making it. To the table, a gazpacho with tomato, with Vera Berasategui's recipe, and my little ones. A real show, Andalusian gazpacho. Look at that presentation. It looks so good. It really fills the plate. And what an easy way to eat. Tasty, healthy, and also cheap. What more could you want? This recipe has it all.
In third place, breaded meat. My grandmother's recipe. Wow! How wonderful! What did you put in these? They turn out delicious. Super crispy, juicy on the inside, full of flavor. Let's start with the meat. We'll need 600 grams of pork loin fillets. Here we go. Beef works too, chicken works too, but pork loin is the best. With some skill, we flatten them, applying a bit of pressure and using the weight. And that way they'll turn out even tastier. There you go. Done. 5 seconds for each fillet. Next trick. We're going to mix our breadcrumbs, which will make our coating crispy, with a spoonful of flour. It will help it stick much better and also give it a fantastic flavor. As you can see, I'm doing it in a container. Third little trick. I close it and mix. And this way I make the most of our breadcrumbs and our flour. A lot. Alright, let's give it a touch of aroma. Fresh parsley. We break it up, chop it, and as soon as you have it, put it inside, into the bowl, into the container. Now for the eggs. We'll need 2 eggs. Here we go. We've got them, we beat them well, and you can add milk so you get more. Let's add a pinch of salt to our fillets. And we'll start the breading right away. Fourth tip, add flavor. With what? Well, in my case, and it never fails, a pinch of paprika. There it is. Sweet or spicy, depending on how you want it. A touch of dried parsley. If you don't have it, oregano will do. And finally, black pepper. Freshly ground pepper, super aroma, super flavor. We mix it all together really well. This will add a subtle, incredible touch. Into the egg. We can put several in, so they soak well, so they get coated in the egg. This way, the breading will stick much better. There it is. And back to the container. The fillet goes inside. We put the lid on. We give it a good shake. And that's it. Use your Tupperware like this, and you won't make a mess. There, I've got it. Check it out. So we're going to go one by one, putting all our fillets into the Tupperware like this. Last trick, the 5th one. If you dip it in egg again and then coat it again with our mixture of parsley, breadcrumbs, and flour, you'll get what's called a double breading, which will make it extra crispy and also keep the meat inside much juicier. Now, into the frying pan. The oil should be nice and hot at medium-high heat, because that way we'll get a very golden exterior without burning it, and we'll be able to cook it properly. And it will turn out super juicy. We'll cook it on both sides. It will take about 20 or 30 seconds on each side. There it is. Leave it there and let it bubble. If you have a bigger pan, you can fit 2, 3, as many as you want. There it is. Look, it looks great. To the table. I'm gonna give them a final touch with fresh parsley. Super colorful, super aromatic. Well, that's it for today's show. I hope you like the 3 recipes. My favorite is the breaded meat with my grandma's recipe. It's truly wonderful. Which one is your favorite? Leave in the comments. I read them all. Much love to you all. See you in the next video.